Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today we are going to be doing the revamping, redoing of the M Graham palette. This is my old M Graham palette. And it has served its purpose over the last 4 years. I am super happy with it. I am just not, I'm too messy. I was going to pull all the paint from here and stick it in these, but I tried there and I'm not feeling that. I'm going to make way too much of a mess. This is going to be my bring with me when I'm out camping and stuff and whatnot palette until it's gone. Because I will bring this with me, and then this will stay in the studio until this is used up. This will be my studio palette. So I have, well, I should show you. I have colors in this palette that I do not use, which I took a cue. I'm not going to put these two colors, Pyrrole Red and Phthalo Cyan Green. These are two colors I never use. The other ones that aren't divoted very much I will use, but these two for sure I don't like. I'm not interested in having them in my palette, so I'm going to leave the tubes full. Maybe I'll find someone to trade with, and we can trade for colors that I would like to have in their set. That'd be fun, right? And I do have my extra quinacridone, nickel quinacridone gold in all the sets that I bought of the M Graham paints over the years. The only one that was duplicated was the nickel gold, but I use it, as you can tell. This one's getting down there, so I wasn't bothered by that. So that's what this is. And yeah, I do have some colors in this palette that are not going to be in this one. I'm not putting in the Apatite Blue Genuine from Daniel Smith. I don't care for it. And then the Daniel Smith Indigo is in the Daniel Smith palette, so I'm not going to put that in this palette. And the Chinese Orange from Sennelier is not going to go in this palette because I have enough oranges. The only color that I'm putting in here, the two colors that I'm putting in here right now that are not M Graham colors, are going to be the Sennelier Indigo, because I like having it in this palette. It's been in this palette since the start and I don't want to be without it. And then I bought the Daniel Smith Potter's Pink, and I thought that this Potter's Pink would be wonderful with all of these colors that I use regularly. Another thought that I'm still thinking is to put these granulating colors in here as well. But when I get settled in my, well, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get more of these in the other colors. I think these are enough for now. This is my gouache. This is the Super Granulating Galaxy set, and I love them. So I'm thinking about putting them in these 4 wells down here. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Just to have them in a palette. I am going through them pretty rapidly, actually. So they are useful colors. And plus they're granulating. They're super granulating. So, and with a high light fastness rating as well. So I thought that they would go well with this set, but I'm kind of on the fence about that. I don't know if I want to do that or not. So we're going to start with this. I went ahead and set up the swatch sheet, and I left room. You'll see that I left room for other colors that I want to add in. And I put the colors Indian Yellow, Azo Green, what else did I want to put in here? Payne's Gray. I want M Graham's Payne's Gray. I might get Sennelier's Payne's Gray as well because I love those colors to do nighttime skies and, you know, dusky colors. So at any rate, let us play with paint. How about that? How about we do that? I'm gonna put this on its side and let's zoom out just a bit. Let's finish filling up this one first. Because I've already made a mess of it, and I really would like for it to be a little more smooth than it is. And if you hear rain, it is raining wicked hard out right now. Like super hard. Here's my tote. I also thought about putting my liquid graphite or liquid pencil in this palette just because I don't use it. I don't know. Maybe not. See, I'm all over the place. For now, we're just gonna do this. Let's put our Azo yellow in here. Azo yellow. I'm gonna put, so I'm leaving this, I'll put this here. Leaving a hole for my Indian yellow that I want to get. This is Gamboge. I love this color so much. Gamboge. Azo orange, also a wonderful color. I love all the M Graham colors that I'm putting in here. If I don't, I've decided to be a little more hardcore with my color choices, and if I really don't use a color, I'm not putting it in the palette. I can always trade with someone else, right, who has maybe a color that I do want to add to a palette, any palette. Ooh, like I would like different Potter's pinks because each Potter's pink is a little different leaning. So that one was Quin Gold. This one is quinacridone. When I say quin, I mean quinacridone. It's just long. It's just a long word. That's quinacridone Rust, and this one is Burnt Sienna. Put that one right there. So pretty. I love the color of wet paint. And then I'm going to do my reds. This is going to be my Permanent Alizarin Crimson, which I love the color out of the two, but I don't find myself using it much in my paintings. I do use it in my autumn paintings, so that's why I'm putting it on the palette. This one is Quinacridone Red, which is also a nice deep red. Not quite as deep as the alizarin, but substantial, right? I love it. Uh-oh, there we go. And then I love Quin Rose. I think I have Quin Rose in almost all of my different sets of paints. It's one of those colors I make sure is in the set. I use it a lot. If you can't tell, poor tube's getting down there. And then my Dioxazine Purple is going to go here. Oh, so dreamy dark. I love this color. Makes amazing night skies. And I'm going to put Cobalt Violet here. And then I'm going to put Quinacridone Violet next to it. Because for me, the Quin Violet is a purple color, not a red. And then my Daniel Smith Potter's Pink, just because once again I really feel like it'll be a nice addition to all these colors that I have. Look at that lusciousness. Glorious. Glorious. I do love me a good paint. Let's put that guy up there. And then for the greens, I like my sap green. It's my favorite green. I mix it with yellows and blues to make it lean the way I need it to. I've mixed it with purples and reds to get all the different variations. It's a great green. Cobalt green, I don't use it much, but, ooh, cheese and rice. I'm gonna put it, dang it, on the palette just for a secondary green. That one's very, very, very wet. Very wet. I need a towel. Man, that rain is fierce. There we go. Okay. So that is the cobalt green. When I bought these, I bought a cobalt in a set, I bought the quinacridones in a set, and then I bought the introductory set, the 10 tubes of the introductory colors. And then I bought a couple, just a couple tubes separately that I wanted, like the neutral tint. I don't remember what other ones I bought separately. This is our ultramarine blue, which is dreamy. Look at that. Nothing quite like new paint in a palette. Oh, it's like jewels. Ooh, that rain. Cobalt blue. Boop, boop, boop. Cerulean, and I use all of my blues. I mix them all together. I'm very haphazard with all of my blues. Yeah, I love all of my blues. I got a bunch of my, speaking of loving my blues, there's a big old glob of it in there. Giant. Just put that right there. This needs to be mixed anyways. The binder's separated from the paint quite a lot. So we're doing there and giving a little mixy mix. Isn't that pretty? It's just so pretty. Okay. That was cerulean. And then cobalt teal. Teal is a color that I don't really care for on its own generally, but I do use it mixed with other colors quite a lot. And it's good for your oceans, those crisp ocean colors. That needs to be mixed as well. Let's clean that brush really well. Get in there. And that's just the binder, the honey binder separating from the paint. It happens when your tubes sit for a while. And being as they're metal tubes, I'm not going to squeeze them to mix it up. It's just not going to happen. Do that. Good. And then this green needs to be mixed a bit. Might as well get them mixed while I'm while it's in my head, you know. And M Graham paints are super soft, so they're gonna settle. They probably won't stay all bubbly like they are right now. That being said, this one I'm gonna push around a bit. Push it back in. Pull that down. That. Okay. And then I'm going to put my indigo, but wait, my Sennelier Indigo is going to go here because I've already got the swatch set up. Also a super dreamy color. I love Sennelier paints, they're wonderful. And then our neutral tint, and I'm leaving space for my Payne's Gray. And I thought that M Graham did a indigo color, but it's Indanthrone, I think is how you say it. Indanthrone blue. So this is That went pretty quickly, right? This is the setup for now. And holes for adding colors, which is a smart thing to do if you know you want to add more colors later on down the road, like buy a tube every month or every other month, you know, because you can afford the $13 for the tube one at a time, but maybe not a whole set, because the sets are wicked pricey all at once, especially nowadays. I am glad I got my M Graham paints when I did, and now I can always, you know, replace the tubes as they get down there. I still gotta find a friend who needs colors. All right, let's swatch, because that's the funnest part. I love this. This is dreamy. Okay, I'm just gonna leave this sitting right in there. And we're gonna go ahead and use my Princeton Velvet Touch, round number 10. My phone just made noise at me. I'm really not interested right now. Is that terrible? I think that's terrible. Oh good, it's nothing pressing. Nothing pressing. Okay, let's set that down. Alright, let's do a little zoom in. Zoom. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll just scooch this over here. And we'll swatch right here so that you guys can see the colors like in your face. Right? Because that's nice. There we go. Okay. Let's start with our Azo yellow. And this is mostly so that when I'm out painting or sitting here painting, I don't have to guess at what my colors look like. I have a ready little swatch. Pull it down. Swoosh it around. Okay. And then Gamboge is dreamy. I need that towel. I love Gamboge. It's a wonderful color. I honestly didn't think I'd like it because it looks very orange in the palette. But man, isn't that pretty? Gorgeous. Encourage it to move around a bit. And then I have Azo orange. Too much water. Oh, that Gamboge is like, I want to play with the Azo orange, please. No. Stop it. Put in your spot. Okay. Azo. Isn't that pretty? Ugh. M Graham colors are so satisfying. Not that my other colors aren't, but I don't know. Maybe because they're my first like professional paints. Maybe that's why I like them so much. And this is going to be a quick swatching session. I'm going to go super quick because I can get carried away. Here's our Quin Gold. This color is lovely because it can be this really beautiful golden brown color, and then as it comes down, it turns into this gorgeous gold. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Okay. Clean that up a little bit. We'll do sienna next. Give that Quinn Gold a second to settle into its space. Yeah. Quinn Rust and then bright sienna. So satisfying. Now this is just going to be a super quick fill the palette. This is what it looks like. These are the colors that I'd love to have. Indian yellow, Azo green. I think everything else except for the grays that I want to put in down here. These are all just super dreamy. Dreamy, dreamy, dreamy. Alright, let's go over here and do Quinn Red. We're going to go every other and then go back. Give it a chance to dry real good. Quinn Red. That's this guy. Oof. Isn't that satisfying? Super beautiful. And I do love the alizarin crimson, I just don't use it. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe I need to force myself to use it. To experiment with it, you know, play with it, give it a chance. Give it a fair shot, man. I'll pull this down so we can see how light it gets. Beautiful. Let's see. Are you dry enough? I think so. In here. We'll do our burnt sienna. Yeah, it's this one. This messy one. Isn't that great? Look at that. Look at it. It's beautiful. And this is another one that when lightened is equally beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I think the Quinn Rust is why I don't grab sienna very much. I do use sienna, just not as much as the Quinn Rust. Alright, let's do alizarin. Wet that real quick. Excuse you. Oh, nuts in a basket. Okay. Alizarin's pretty overpowering. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. A little bit of pink right there. Look at that. Like I said, absolutely beautiful lipstick color, but I just don't grab it very much. Maybe because it is more of an earthy color instead of a floral color, maybe? Maybe? Okay, let's do our Quinn Rose, which is a favorite in every single set that I have. Core, Daniel Smith. I pretty sure I have this color in like 4 to 5 different variations. It's just so great. Look at that. And it makes a beautiful pink. Just this really gorgeous, soft pink. Look at that. Isn't that nice? What do you think about colors so far? Pretty great, right? Okay, so I don't have Azo, but I do have Cobalt. We're gonna jump to Cobalts. Yeah, we only got 2 greens, so we'll just do those real quick. Try not to get into the other square. Cobalt green. And M Graham colors do move nicely on a wet page. They're really nice to use wet into wet. Okay, some clean. Try not to touch that green. There we go. And the sap green is just so versatile. I love it. I might have way too much on the brush. There we go, that's a little better. I dig it. Really beautiful. Okay. And we'll scooch over here and we'll do our, make sure it's all clean, Potter's Pink. And I did swatch this in the Daniel Smith setup of that palette. I just feel like it'll be a really beautiful asset to this palette as well. Can't resist. There are some colors, and this is a naturally granulating color, so if you mix it with your other colors, they too might granulate for you. Keeping in mind that granulating colors work best on wet into wet and drying naturally. The problem with getting granulating colors is a lot of us don't let them dry naturally because we're too impatient, and we miss out on the granulating aspect. The granulation needs to happen naturally over time while it's drying so that you can see the beautiful settling and separation of the pigments, which is so fun. Okay, and then I have Quin Violet, which for me is a very purple leaning color. That's why I'm putting it down here instead of up here with the other Quins. It's not where I want it to live. Look at that. Dreamy. Isn't that nice? And then it thins out into this beautiful, soft, look at that. Soft color that I love so much. There we go. Alright, skipping the cobalt because I don't have it. We'll get there. I'm not ordering anything else till after and I get all settled in my new studio space. Right? And dioxazine. They're fantastically versatile color. If you put it down thick enough, it reads black. I often mix my dioxazine with my indigos and my Payne's Gray and my neutral tint for shadows, for night skies, for galaxies. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Pretty. Pretty pretty. Okay. And we'll do our blues. We'll come over here. We'll do our cobalt teal. Way too much water. Like I said before, cobalt teal is not a color I would have picked for myself. It came in the cobalt set. I don't really lean towards it, but I've learned to appreciate its qualities over the years. Really beautiful, useful color to have on the palette. For ocean scenes, flowers, skies. I put it in skies sometimes. Depends on my mood. And it's not a color that, you know, most artists pick for skies, but I really enjoy it in one of those crazy skies, right? I'm going to skip cerulean for now. We'll go over here and do cobalt blue. Okay. Right? Yeah, this one. Cobalt blue. Which for me, when I first got into the cobalt blue, to my untrained eyeball, felt very ultramarine. But ultramarine is one of those naturally granulating colors, and cobalt is not. So it just depends what you want, what effect I want. If I want a smoother blue, I'll choose the cobalt. If I want a granulating kind of gritty blue, I'll use my ultramarine, which we'll do next. There we go. You see, ultramarine has a little more punch, a little more depth. In comparison, but used separately or mixed together, that's also something that I do quite often. If I don't want my sky to be ultramarine or a particular blue, I will mix all of my blues together on the palette, including the teal, and throw it in the sky just for fun. Rebel. I'm a painting rebel. That's what I am. I'll come in here and get our cerulean in. This is another beautiful, beautiful blue. I mean, I lean more towards the blues anyways. I like my blues. Walks that line between these colors really nicely. Isn't that pretty? Drag that down. Nice gradation going on. There's our blues. So pretty. Alright, and then come over here. We'll do our indigo from Sennelier. I can't not have indigo on a palette. Well, I can, I just really miss it when it's not there. Indigo. And like I said, Sennelier's indigo is very blue leaning. So just pull it down to show you. That gorgeous blue. Little reminiscent of the cerulean, just a little. Isn't that pretty? And then neutral tint. Okay. And the neutral tint for me is a nice dark color, but it leans towards purple for me. This neutral tint does. Now it may not lean towards purple for everybody, but that's how it feels to me. Like a deep kind of aubergine, eggplanty, purpley color. But it is an essential one for me. An essential color. And there we go. Those are all of our colors that are currently in the palette. I am really seriously thinking of putting my granulating colors right here, just so that I have them at hand when I'm painting. What do you guys think? I'm gonna hold off for a little bit on that. I gotta think about it. But yeah, there's our palette. Let's zoom out a little bit. There is our gorgeous M Graham palette all set up, ready to use, fully swatched. I mean, how dreamy is that? It's just super dreamy. Well, the swatches are swatches. I mean, they're not really all that in a bag of chips, but oh, chips sound good. Squirrel. So I do have a couple colors to get: Indian yellow, azo green, and cobalt violet, and Payne's gray. I usually have Sennelier Payne's gray, but I think I'm gonna get M Graham's Payne's gray instead, and see how I like it in place. And if I feel like I need it, I'll get the other one. And I think I'm gonna get that aubergine or indanthrone blue in and put it in here as well, and see if I like that. So that's another reason to hold off on putting the granulating colors in here, because I might not have room for them here. Not that I'd put them all here anyways. I would probably put the blue down here, and the rose would go here, and the purple would go here, and the black could go down here, and then the brown could go over here on either side, probably over here. I'm gonna think about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think of the new palette? Does it look gorgeous? And I have all this mixing space now. I have these two beautiful mixing spaces for all my gorgeous colors. These palettes are fantastic. I'm really, really liking them, and when I get all set up in the new space and have my big table out again, I will like it even more, because I like having a nice mixing area for all the colors and leaving it set up and out so that I can use it regularly. And look, I made a mess already. Can't take me anywhere. Alright, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!